Welcome, welcome, welcome to the first and only sketchbook that I have ever finished. Does that look better? I think so. Hello! A quick intermission for me before we get on to the actual sketching, or sketches. I thought it would be quite important to preface this video with an explanation of something called urban sketching, which is the movement that has made me draw every single day since the 1st of May. I'm not an artist, I'm not somebody who knows anything about art. Well, maybe I know a little bit now, but I didn't before. I'm really not making this video because I want to show you how to do things. More so, it's because I want to document my journey in the hope that maybe my crappy little drawings can make you think, hey, maybe I can do crappy little drawings as well, because it's fun. Also, I'm just very proud of myself for finishing a sketchbook, because I have never finished a sketchbook before. Quite a monumental moment in my life. So this term urban sketching was coined by this man. I'm adding it here because I don't know how to pronounce his name from the top of my head. Urban sketching essentially means going into the world and drawing what you see. Quite simple, but it differs from still life drawing quite significantly because we are not capturing exactly what we see in a very, very realistic way. We are capturing the essence of what we see. In my personal opinion, urban sketching is much more creative than still life drawing because there is so much room to add your own personal style into your art. There are some urban sketchers who have quite realistic styles and they like to be very detailed, but equally there are some sketchers who go crazy and bend the rules of color and bend the rules of perspective and really just interpret the scene in their own way. So I love the versatility of urban sketching, but it is still all rooted in a desire to capture what you see and capture a moment in your life. Whether it's in a different country, whether it's in your hometown, whether it's in your own bedroom or kitchen and you're just drawing some coffee or, I don't know, a cactus, you know, it doesn't matter. That being said, urban sketching is very commonly associated with being on the move, being out and about, capturing a moment in time wherever you are. So traveling is often quite a big part of it, and travel sketching is something that I'm very interested in myself because urban sketching is very much so about convenience and being able to bring your studio with you wherever you go. Common mediums are watercolour and ink because watercolour is a very quick way to splash some colour onto a page without having to bring a whole studio with you. All you need is a little tiny watercolour palette and just a little pot like this that you can take with you and fill your water bottle, and that's all you need. The way that I got into urban sketching as a very much so non-artist was I really liked these architectural pen drawings that had little splashes of watercolor. I started googling and YouTubing how do I recreate these drawings. I really like them and I wanted to make my own drawings like that. And then I was thrown into so many different urban sketchers on YouTube. I discovered so many different artists. So essentially what started off as a whimsical desire to draw some buildings ended in me drawing and painting every single day and really greatly improving my skill. Anyway, if I say urban sketching, that's what I mean. Probably explained it badly, doesn't matter. Let's get on to the sketchbook tour. Thank you for being here. Ah, finally she stopped talking. Just quickly, for those of you who care, this is a Pink Pig A5 watercolor sketchbook. The paper is hot press, so very smooth, and also 270 GSM, so quite thick paper, very good for watercolor. Also very affordable, £4 or £5, something like that. But yes, enough pedantics, let's get on to the actual sketches. So here we have my first sketch, naturally, and I do quite like how it turned out. The only part I don't like is the window, and if you cover it up, I feel like it looks much better. But apart from the window that kind of defies the laws of everything, well, there are no laws in art, but you know what I mean, I think I quite like it. I like how it turned out. So yeah, good start. This next sketch was so much fun to do. I just sat on my couch in my living room and I drew and painted my living room, and I like the little splatters I have here, and it was just so much fun drawing from life in this way, and I really like how it turned out. This next one is just a photograph that I took from Helsinki Botanical Gardens, and I sketched it because I really liked the layout and the kind of flowers and straight line greenhouse look. Really not a fan of this particular double spread. The first one is a view from my friend's window, and I don't know, it looks a little clumsy to me and not very well done, as does this one. I in particular don't like the part that I just covered up, so the foliage there and the green part and the kind of plants down there, they look kind of clumsy, but I like the tree and the graffiti. This was my first time actually urban sketching in public, so it has some fun memories for me. You might have noticed that I've gone very heavy on the pen and watercolor style, but this one I just sketched very, very faintly the outline of a peach and an orange and then painted it all in watercolor. I really like how it turned out. However, do not like how this one turned out very much. I painted this while I was feeling very nauseous on a very long bus journey to Inverness in Scotland, so in fairness, I wasn't exactly at my peak ability to create art. The outside perspective is all wrong, but I tried to rescue it by outlining everything in white, which lends it quite a cool comic book strip feel, which is kind of fun, but not my preferred style. Again, the foliage is just so bad on this one, but the building looks quite cool. This one is quite boring, it's just a random building that I found. I'll move on from it, not too big of a fan of it. This red panda is just something that I copied from a book from Danny Gregory. It was just a full watercolor, no pen, no pencil, first time painting straight in watercolor, so I was really, really happy with how it turned out. I really like these two pages. This was the first time that I thought, wow, this is the style that I want to keep making art and sketches in. Both of these pictures were taken from Pinterest. I really like in particular the tiles on the left image and the kind of layered composition on the right, as well as the way that I've done the foliage, so did some learning there. It kind of looks a little bit flat in retrospect. I would kind of add a bit more contrast if I was recreating this now, but hey. Speaking of foliage, I decided that I really needed to isolate some trees and flowers and plants and try and just draw a bunch of them to practice, and this is what I did. I just went into my local park and went crazy. Also added a little bench and a lamppost that looks like it's wearing a sombrero. It was a lot of fun. I enjoyed making this spread quite a lot. I went a bit crazy on the colors here. These were some quick 5-minute kind of warm-up splattering paint onto the page exercises. Not exactly something I'm proud of, but hey, it was fun. Aha! Here I used a video of one of my favorite urban sketchers, Following the White Rabbit, who has a YouTube channel, and she has a very good video on how to draw little figures that you can add into your watercolor paintings or sketches, and in particular she's very good at painting groups of people from one kind of wash of watercolor. I'll include a little demo from me to show how it's done, and I basically just had fun following her video. She's very, very talented, very creative. I'll link it in the description if you want to practice your own figure drawing and painting. Another quick painting using a reference photo from Pinterest on the left, and on the right I was hanging out with some friends at a garden bar and there was just a fake flower pot and a can of Coke in front of me, so I thought I would paint them, and I think they complement each other quite well, especially with the contrasting backgrounds. Nothing exciting here, just a silhouette study on the left and a quick 5-minute warm-up sketch on the right. And here on the left, a very quick, disproportionate sketch of a flower vase. And then here we have a mock-up of a painting of a spaceship that I ended up making for a friend. The clouds kind of failed and it's cartoony, I don't like it very much. The lighting in the video keeps changing, so this sketch looks very washed out on camera, but I am very proud of it. I actually attempted to sketch this very building a month before I made this sketch. And initially I just couldn't do it, it was a complete mess, but this second one was so much better, so I could see the progress and it was very, very satisfying. Here's me practicing the sky, something I need to do more of, and here is a drawing of my kitchen on the final night before I moved out. I really enjoyed doing this sketch. I really enjoy painting rooms in houses a lot. I don't know what it is about making the mundane more interesting or capturing the mundane. It's just really cool. Speaking of mundane, you can't really get more boring than a pack of cookies and a trainer. But I think I made both of these look quite cool. This one was my first time drawing with a watercolor pencil. Yeah, I mean, it's quite boring, it's monochrome, but I really like the wooden texture that the watercolor pencil gave to the floorboards. I think that looks really cool. So this is some drawing that I did with my sister at the park. Here we had a competition to draw some rocks, and hers is obviously better. There we go. You can see she's written competition at the top. She wanted to be better than me so badly. Here are some doodles and Mila's grand masterpiece. My sister is an amazing artist, as you can tell. She's gonna be better than me very, very soon. I should watch myself. And another example of some friendly sisterly competition. This time she wanted to draw a toy horse, so I demonstrated for her and she copied on top. The blue splodge was her painting of her gymnastics barrel. This man is a reference photo that I got from Pinterest. I thought I would try my hand at drawing people, and I'm really happy with it. I think his hands are a bit small, but I love the white pen details for his beard and his hair, and overall I think he looks really cool. These are some random doodles of objects in my room, nothing to concern yourself about. This next one, however, I quite like. I sketched it in the car while my mom was driving on the way to the Lake District, and I really liked drawing the little buttons in the car, which was a surprise because I don't usually like to fuss with small details, but it was quite fun. The road perspective again is completely wrong, but I've learned my lesson now. This next one, oh, thumbs down. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'll just skip over. I don't want to talk about that one. Bit of a fail. And nearing the end of my sketchbook, you can tell that I just wanted to finish it. Both of these are just random, really quick doodles that I was doing out and about. I was getting used to carrying my sketchbook with me everywhere and just whacking it out whenever I got a free moment, which is good practice, I guess. The next one is quite a flat comic strip looking drawing of the view from my window at home, and this was me practicing some lampposts and just the pattern of my bed sheets. Again, quick doodles, good practice. And I believe that the next page is the end. This was just a house that I really, really like, and I sat down one day outside and drew and painted it. At this point I was getting very used to people coming up to me to see what I'm doing, and a guy on a bike came over and asked to see my painting, and of course when he came over it was in the initial beginning stages. People always come up to me right at the start when it doesn't look that good, never at the end when it actually looks kind of decent. Thank you for sticking around until the end, if you're still here. I think in the future my channel will go towards a travel/art direction, because I really enjoyed making this video, but I also really enjoy making my little travel Finland videos, so maybe I will combine both of them at some point. Who knows, but if you want to stick around then please do. If you don't, not a problem. Thanks for being here with me today. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time.